Hi, good evening, and welcome to Inside Outside on Wellness Wednesday, the power of now. I'm Coach Mitchell.
And I'm Coach Darren.
So glad that we are able to be before you this morning, this evening, this morning, like I just woke up. Anyway, it is a day that we are going to share some hopefully helpful tips on helping you jumpstart or along your health and wellness journey. Coach?
Yes. Our intent is to show you really different ways where you can start living, living or improving, a healthy lifestyle, and do it without it costing you a lot of money. Because one of the myths about living, a healthy lifestyle is, oh, it's so expensive. It's so expensive. So, we've been really trying to, kind of bust that myth.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think it was about a year ago, we did the segments on food scarcity and food deserts.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also trying to, share things with you to help address that as well. So it's both about your physical health and mental health, spiritual health, and your financial health. All of this by just making a few changes. So that's what we try to do on this platform.
Right. And most people, they want a healthier lifestyle. They want to eat healthier. They want to feel better. And I think some of the tips that we offer can help with that,
Yes.
help get you into that place that you really want to be in. Because like Coach Darren said, we really want to show you that economically it is doable.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not trying to have you run your pockets to do this. We just want you to take really bite-sized components of what we're doing and incorporate them and just see what a big difference it really does make. And, we have a lot of stuff in front of us tonight, but it's because we want to show you some of the things that we've purchased along the way that were really inexpensive.
Yes.
And very good finds, because some of this we stumbled upon and it was like, wow, we can use that for, to help us with our health and wellness. So Coach, you want to get started, or where do you want to start at tonight?
A nice segue would be this right here.
This right here is one of our, I would say, better finds for March of 2024. And it's a juicer. We had purchased a smaller juicer because we were really concerned about counter space, right? But when we stumbled upon this, we could not pass it by.
Right.
Because, I like to juice. Coach Darren likes to juice. And when you can get a good juicer, you should snatch it up. Again, you don't have to spend $300 to $400 to $500, because some juicers out there are way, 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 way overpriced for what you really need to do when you're starting out, right? So anyway, we found this juicer at a variety store, a secondhand store, right? And it was only $25.
Still in the box.
Hadn't been used, for $25. And even though it looks big, it's really it's a little slimmer than a juicer that I had a couple of years back, but it really serves the purpose.
Yes.
Right? So it's really easy to take apart. It's really easy to put together. It's really easy to juice your fruits. It comes with a pitcher, which some don't, but it comes with a 35-ounce pitcher to catch the juice. It has a downspout. And I made a juice right before this session just to show you how quick it is. It was it takes no more than, I would say, from start to finish in prepping your fruits and vegetables, 10 minutes. Cleanup included. And I juiced a fantastic juice. And if you've ever had pure juice from the fruit, it's really, really tasty. It's sweet just from the fruit juices, and it's also a good probiotic. You get a lot of fiber, you get a lot of nutrients because you're getting all of those nutrients from the whole fruit. I mean, the whole fruit, from the outside to the pits, if it has seeds in it, not pits, because you can't put a pit like a peach, a whole peach in here. But this particular juice, I'm going to run down the ingredients.
Okay.
1 whole orange, 1 whole green apple, Granny Smith, a half a cup of grapes, green grapes, 1/2 of a lemon, a half of a lime, juiced it. Most amazing, refreshing drink.
You included the peel with the orange, the lemon.
I did not peel any of the fruit.
Okay, so everything
is included. And then back here you have your container that catches all of the excess,
all
the pulp, and anything that the juicer doesn't really juice down, it will extract into this container. And it's so fine that you can actually eat it.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yep.
Or you can, find some other way to repurpose it. For example, you can, make, hi Deb, thanks for joining. You can make a slushie. You can put it in the freezer, freeze it. You can add a little bit of honey or maple syrup to it. After it's frozen, you can throw it in the blender, blend it up, and you have a fruit smoothie.
Yes. Now, what we really want to point out is, as Coach Mitchell said, we saw this at a secondhand place for $25. And it's not so much the juicer itself, but to tell people you don't want to sleep on, secondhand places. You may want to check them out, because in this case, the juicer was, like I said, it was still in the box. We, checked the box, and most places, like I said, they'll let you test something.
Yes. Sorry. Go ahead, Coach.
Again, don't sleep on it. And this is really for, we recommend these kind of things for people who are on a tight budget. Mm-hmm. Again, I belong to a couple of groups, and, there are people in one group always say, I want to get a juicer, but I don't have the budget. So I showcased the last one to the group that we got, which we, again, got it from Aldi's. And this happens to be the Aldi brand. I can't remember the actual name, but it's actually Aldi's manufacturer.
Right. I think it was a Marijana.
Something like that.
No, Ambien, no.
Yes, that's it. So you want to just kind of, check out secondhand places, and a lot of things we got from a liquidation place. You want to check those places out too, so that you can buy things that you're not paying retail for and that are still in good condition.
Yep, and this is really easy to dismantle. You can disassemble it. Just pop this off after you finish juicing.
Yep.
That was the plunger. Sorry, that was the top.
Mm-hmm.
So you just pop the top off. You can take out the grater. Just pop it out. Rinse it under hot soapy water.
Yeah, and that piece comes out.
This piece comes out, and it's just as easy to assemble. That piece goes in. You plop in the grater. You plop on the top, and then you just pull up the lock. You lock it. You put your pitcher underneath the downspout over here on the left-hand side, and you can just start feeding this your fruit and your vegetables. Now, I also have a recommendation. Now, I'm not recommending this book for you to cleanse, although it's not a bad idea, but it has so many wonderful juicing recipes in the back, and each of the recipes that they give you, serve a different purpose. You have recipes for, your cleanse if you're having issues with constipation. You have recipes for skin. You have recipes for mental clarity. And they give you a wide variety of recipes to try. And you can swap out your fruits and vegetables depending on your taste. And just, whatever it is that you're aspiring to achieve, basically. And I like all different combinations of fruits and vegetables. I like spinach and pineapple. I like spinach with mango. I like spinach. I like kale. So coconut water you can add after you juice. So you can just,
Be creative.
mix and match and be very creative with your juices. And if you're doing it for kids, especially with them eating so much processed foods, a good green apple, orange juice, and a little bit of pineapple, I'm telling you, that will help with their digestive system and keep them regular. So, and they will love it. And you don't have to add anything to it. Anything, any sweeteners I'm referring to. So, give it a try. Again, the benefits are really worth the effort.
Yes.
Coach?
And when we start talking about juicing, again, I just want to clarify something because one of the concerns about juicing is losing the fiber, all right, as opposed to blending. Again, when you make a smoothie, you normally put it in a blender, and that's fine. There are pros and cons to both, and I've shared this before, but I just want to quickly reiterate it, which is with blending, you really get the full fruit or vegetable. Juicing, you lose some of that because, like I said, you get most of the fiber will show up in the pulp, but then you can eat that separately. But the advantage to juicing is because it's liquid, basically it gets in the bloodstream faster.
Mm-hmm.
So the nutrients are fed into your bloodstream faster than say if you were blending. They both have benefits. So you do a combination. I believe I don't say you should do one over the other. They both have their benefits. So you want it in your routine, juice sometimes, blend the other.
Mm-hmm. I just want to acknowledge Jeb's comment that yes, you can find some amazing deals at the secondhand stores or consignment shops, things that are gently used, and in this case, things that are brand new that people just never opened.
Yes.
So we have put aside our eliteness in this process because we really want to live what we're talking. And we've started to frequent the secondhand stores, the variety stores, just in search of things that we can utilize in our health and wellness journey, in our in our garden, inside and outside.
Yes. Which actually, I think it sort of started maybe last year where we started hitting the distress tables at Lowe's.
Yes.
And you find out when you in certain groups that a lot of people do it, and some people showing pictures of them coming home with carloads of plants that Lowe's or Home Depot, more or less, like one lady said, they told her you can have them, but you got to take all of them.
Right, right. But here's the thing. We started with the distress table at Lowe's, but we migrated to their plant garbage. Outside of the actual planting area, the gardening area. And once they throw it in the garbage, it's yours for the taking. But they don't make that public. And if you ask, you're probably going to be told, I can't say, but 3:00 is your best time to come.
Something like that.
Right. They can't tell you that you can shop out of the garbage for plants or vegetables that they've thrown away. And 9 times out of 10, the plants that you find in the garbage, in the gardening area, or on the distress table, are because of lack of watering.
Yes.
They're usually dehydrated or, they haven't been properly cared for. You can bring those home and nurse them right back to life.
Yes.
We had so many tomatoes that we harvested last year from tomato plants that we got off of the distress table and out of the, we dumpster dive for plants. We dumpster dive for plants.
Like I said, you got to get over your ego because you're doing this for a purpose. And again, the purpose is we're looking for ways that we can share with other people who might really be on a tight budget. And here's just some things that you can do. It's changing also because we're trying to get people to understand this whole issue with food scarcity, and yet nature has provided an abundance of food for us. But we moved away from eating natural foods. We're so caught in eating ultra processed foods, and I wouldn't distinguish ultra processed between processed. It's the ultra processed foods that are a real issue, that we price everything around that food category, because 67% of the foods that people are consuming, especially with children, are ultra processed foods, which are unhealthy. So getting people to kind of change their mindset and focus on some of the things that we're doing, yeah, you're going to save money, you're going to eat healthier, but the biggest thing is you changing your relationship with food.
Right.
So, that transition, like I said, what you see in front of you, and this is just a sample. If you look behind us, you'll see more of the things that we started growing indoors. Like I said, it's still a little chilly. We have about 2 weeks, I think, in this area for our last frost day, but we don't know. We got a couple weeks, but just want to show you, just right here in front, in this little space right here, I got watermelon, all right? We got 1 to like 5 different types of peppers, all right? Now, I got 6 trays with, like I said, 2 seeds each of watermelon. So it's a possibility that, this one little container here could grow 12 watermelon plants. Now, if that were to happen, all right, I'm gonna have to give them away because just don't have the space outside for watermelon plants. But you see, each of these will grow a whole bunch of peppers, a variety. Here are, again, tomato plants. Now, these plants were in something like this. I then pulled them out. I pulled them out, and what they call thin. And now each plant has its own, its own little pot until it grows more, and then it'll, be moved into a bigger pot. But each one of these plants each one of these plants will grow, who knows how many tomatoes.
Right, and these are biodegradable.
Right.
Pots that you can just plant right in the ground. You don't even have to take this out of the pot. It's biodegradable. You can sit it right down in the ground, in your soil, cover it up, and there you have it.
Now, it's the first time using this particular pot, so we'll see how this works. But again, right here, there are 10, looks like about 9 tomato plants that hopefully will all produce tomatoes. And then in front of that are more tomato plants of a different variety. So again, the point is each one of these will produce food in such a small space. And then what we have behind, again, it's just one shelf with a variety of plants. I think here mostly mint. There's some lettuce back there, and some herbs. I'm supposed to actually say mostly herbs, but again, small space. And again, it'll all get transitioned, hopefully outside. And over to my right, again, just one shelf. So the takeaway is you don't want to be discouraged by your space. You don't want to be discouraged by, I don't have any outdoor space. You just have to make adjustments. And it's doable. As we said before, there are whole types of tools and kits that you can buy now for indoor gardening. And once you get the hang of it, you could garden all year round. Now, we have some things that we're working on that we hope to be able to share in terms of structure, actual physical planting. Again, to show you how to do it inexpensively and in small spaces. I'm trying to think. All right, so we got the recipe, we had the juicer. Again, plant, I tell everybody, make sure you start saving your seeds, all right? Sometimes we buy stuff just for the seeds. We go, do we have seeds for that? Nope. And you might just buy just one particular, tomato, or just, one pack of tomatoes or something, just so you have the seeds. And, I think the last thing, Coach Mitchell, is our little growing
kits.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Several years ago, this was before the pandemic. Actually, it was the pandemic that, it shut it down. But is really trying to get children engaged in growing. So we're slowly trying to wrap that up, our Go and Grow, and we're going to ship out a couple of Grow and Grow kits, all right? Which they're plant starters, you know. You have your reservoir tray to catch the water. You have your tray here, which which comes with little, coconut core, that you add water to it, and it basically becomes soil. Yes, and it is natural.
All natural.
And then the humidifier is topped with a way to kind of control the humidity. Now you got 12, possible of growing 12 plants. Possibly even 24 if you put 2 seeds in each one. Then you thin them out. But it's a good starter kit that, again, we're going to start sending out just to hopefully encourage some children, some young people to start growing, their own food. And like I said, it's just the beginning. All right.
And I think that's it. I mean, everything else you've covered. We have some, if you can see, we have more pineapples growing, rooting. We have some bok choy that we started.
Yep.
And it's already starting to sprout. This
actually
was
the middle
jar.
Yes.
Okay, it's probably 320.
325. That was yesterday.
2 days ago.
2 days ago, yeah.
And they're already sprouting. They're
Yes.
already had new growth. We already have new growth on those. So again, we are super excited about our garden this year. We're expanding. We are putting in a little bit, more of a variety of vegetables. So super excited to get it started. Again, we are introducing fresh juicing back into our diets, get away from that process, the bottle stuff, the quick and easy, because we really want to embody this journey, because it is a journey. It is a journey. I feel better when I eat better.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So anything else, Coach,
nope.
to leave people with tonight?
Just don't complain if you're not willing to change. That is so important. So when people say, I'm not feeling well, or I need to lose weight, I drop weight just by eating more natural foods, no diet, nothing like that. Just eat things that your body knows how to utilize. It doesn't know how to utilize the ultra processed food, which again turns directly when you consume something that your body doesn't recognize. A way that your body protects itself, it stores it as fat. Think about that. Your body will protect itself, but it stores it as fat. Now, you keep doing it, you keep storing more and more things as fat. So go with things more natural, which is one of the things we're pushing now, is to try to move to a more natural lifestyle. Not just the food, in terms of the things you apply to your skin, in terms of your household products.
Yep. And, couple with that, get outside, commune with nature, take a walk, even if it's just around the block. At least try to do that, incorporate that on a daily basis, or if not, a couple of times a week. And Coach, if that's all you have, that's all I have for tonight.
Yes.
Remember, if you don't start now, there can be no next. I'm Coach Mitchell.
And I'm Coach Darren.
Join us next week as we hopefully will bring you another great session on jump-starting or continuing your health and wellness journey. And we wish you all a wonderful, wonderful evening.
Good night.